how is the trans porn industry going? Is it becoming more varied? Is there more variety in things, or is it still sort of stunted in that you can only find one type of trans porn? I know there are more than one types, but it's a question of how much variety do we have? Are we expanding out into more niches in the trans porn community? And then we're talking about essentially independent porn contractors, which are these girls that were once stars for the major industries, going off to do their own website or their own webcams or run the OnlyFans or have their Twitter accounts. And then it begs the question of, are these girls just porn stars? Are they porn stars and prostitutes, or are they more prostitutes? So there's a lot of stuff to cover right here, and I want to get into the porn industry as a whole right now, which is to say that I think it's come a long way, and I think it has a way to go.
Groovy is finally starting to look for other avenues, and transensual is definitely doing its thing. I think there should probably be a little bit more story-driven content like that. But
Yeah.
to be honest, the content that's all the rage these days, are cam
Ugh.
girls, and amateur videos taken and posted on sites like OnlyFans and Fan Central and these premium Snapchat. So
Yeah.
earlier we were Eric, alluded to the independent contractor. This is the age of, well, I don't need a large company like a Groovy or a Vivid or Evil Angels or Devil's Films. Like, I don't need these large companies for me to be a star. And to be honest, I think that's where a lot of girls get discovered, on the cams and the OnlyFans and Fan Centrals and premium Snapchats. But I mean, I can be honest. I've definitely seen a decline in the quality of chicks that Groovy has gotten for their flagship site like Shemale Yum, in this new age of independent contractors, where girls just aren't going to these companies because I have no idea what the rates are for. I have no idea how the math works out
Mm-hmm.
between doing one or two shoots with Shemale Yum a year compared to your cam and all that stuff. I mean, the campsites, like, I used to get on there a little bit, and I couldn't fathom how these people made money. Some of the, like, larger stars, like, they were like, yo, if we don't hit this limit, we're done.
Yeah.
But then they just keep all the money they made up till that point. I'm just like, okay, well,
Yeah, and then
I
nothing
just paid
happens.
and I didn't get nothing.
That's my major problem with campsites. I am all about supporting these women and doing whatever they want independently, making money, getting a career, putting out content and whatever.
Hmm.
But I have two problems. One is all the amateur stuff, and I love amateur stuff, but all the amateur stuff has become live cam videos, and
Yep.
cam videos are boring as fuck. You could
That's true.
you can spend 3 hours looking at a camera of a girl doing nothing but texting on her phone and eating potato chips, waiting to reach $500 or whatever so she can angle the camera at her panties for 30 seconds. And I'm like, this is so boring and so dull. And then the other problem is I remember back in the day when amateur videos were you and somebody else set up a video in your room, and then you guys
Hmm.
fucked. And you guys
Good old
knew,
home videos.
yeah, and you guys knew each other, and you could tell that you were both really into it and not just doing it for cash. And they just fucked. And I love that raw, real shit, and I don't get it in the cams anymore. Now there are some clips that I've seen people compile the best of cam things that are pretty good, and I'm like, that's cool, and
Yeah.
I get the whole interactivity of it and whatever, but I find them so boring, and I think they're really taken away from some of the good shit. And I think you're right in that a lot of these girls are moving away from some of the major companies to go like,
Hmm.
oh, I can go make this kind of money on the weekend, every weekend by myself, which is like all well and good, but the companies should also scoop them up in the meantime. They can say, yeah, you can do your own cam shit, but we also want you in our good shit.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of talent out there on the cams, man, and I'm just like, I would love to see an HD picture of this shit. 'Cause,
yeah, for sure.
you
And
know?
well, then there's OnlyFans, which I wish I didn't have as much of a problem with as I do,
Hmm.
but the reason I have a problem with that is because I'm cheap and I'm poor. So I'm like, stop blocking your shit.
You don't want to pay no money, y'all.
I don't want to pay any. I don't want to pay any money. I'm spoiled that way. I mean, I use sites like X Hamster, Pornhub, X Videos, a Shemale Tube, all free shit, by the way, because I'm cheap, and it's not because I don't want to support, but it's because I'm cheap and I'm poor and I have a girlfriend, and she would probably be pissed if all of a sudden she's like, "Why are we getting bills for OnlyFans and stuff like that?" And like, there's plenty of free porn out there, and I think that's part of the industry thing where it's like, scoop some of these chicks up so they don't have to, like, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, because I feel shitty saying that, because I want to support these people too and say that, like, you do you got to make money, you got to eat too, that sort of thing. But it's also like, don't block my porn, goddammit.
well, I mean, bro, the shit ain't free. Like, they gotta pay their bills, man.
I
Like,
know, and
everybody
I get
gotta
it.
pay their bills, man.
I
Everything
get it.
can't. But I mean, that is a part of the conversation in terms of, the music industry ran into this a long time
Mm,
ago, where everybody wanted everything for free.
yeah.
Napster, and they got used to downloading music for free. And I think we're in an era where people are just used to getting their porn for free on YouPorn and all that other stuff. And I think actually, I think the tide is starting to turn on that just a little bit, only because I see a lot of preview videos posted on those sites,
Yeah.
and all the videos are like 5 minutes long. It's like, oh yeah, well, if you want to watch the full thing, come over here.
Well,
But
that's I think that's one good solution. I think another good solution is do kind of what like Google Play does, where you just pay a monthly subscription and then you just get it fucking all. So
I mean,
like
yeah, I
have
mean, somebody could start up like a Netflix for, porn. Like
yeah,
that
and I
would
think,
be interesting.
see, I would sign up for that. Like
Mm.
if a Gmail Tube said, just pay us $10 a month, $15 a month, whatever. And we will give you premium stuff. We'll give you amateur stuff. We've got these girls that work for us, and we'll pay them and that kind of thing. I'd be all over that shit.
I think
Um,
that'd be pretty. I don't. I really don't know how that would go. That would be interesting if they had a service like that. But I mean, to be honest, man, like you're a fan of amateur porn, right?
yes.
You
Hmm.
love that real shit.
Yes, I do.
Well, from what I've seen, I've only joined one OnlyFans page, but all the real shit is on OnlyFans.
Yeah, but see,
That's all the real shit.
I can't pay 50 different girls.
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I would probably say move from one to the next,
mm,
and I'd probably pay $10 a month, $10 for this month for this girl, and then
mm,
maybe, and the prices change per girl. Some of them are like
mm.
five
Yeah, and
bucks for
see,
this shit, and then you know,
maybe that's my problem, is how disjointed it all is how they expect me to pay for each girl individually, where I like to jump around. I don't watch the same girl every day, and I imagine a lot of you guys out there don't do that. Don't do that as well. I mean, I imagine you have your favorite girls, and that's primo stuff. That's cool. Get her shit for sure, but I don't want to watch the same person all the fucking time. Um,
I mean, I
yeah,
think
I don't
there's a
know.
lot of guys out there that would join. I mean, these are essentially what OnlyFans has done is made it ridiculously easy for these women to have their own porn site without having to hire a web developer, pay for hosting, like actually go through getting a website.
Yeah,
Bailey J
no.
has her own website, Vanity or whatever other girls like they. A lot of the top tier girls like Chanel Santini, like they all have their own websites
Yeah.
and they get tons of. I mean that I don't think the idea is completely broken just yet.
No, and I
I
think you're
think the
right.
idea of like this Netflix idea would break it, but what I predict happening with this Netflix thing is it's gonna be a mainstream porn thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're gonna have like a little section for trans porn, and it won't be much in there
Mm.
because to be honest,
Yeah, I mean, I see
Groovy
that.
still runs the game. If they got everybody outside of Groovy to do it, it
Mm-hmm.
might turn out to be something truly special and like feel like if they got Trans 500 and Transensual and TS Trans Angels on it, that could be something. But I mean, I would these companies opt in to do this, even though they're already making a shit ton of money on their own. Like, do they even
Yeah.
need it? To be
Yeah,
honest.
well, I think you make the better point than me because you Chris, you have experience. You pay for some of this stuff, you give back. I think you're the better on this compared to me. I'm just a fucking freeloader to begin with, um, and I think you're right. But I still kind of wish that OnlyFans or something like that had a
Hmm.
subscription service to say that, like, look, if you pay this base rate, you can
Hmm.
pick six girls a month, and all of your money, with the exception of the 10% that will skim off the top, but the rest of it is going to go to these girls. Um,
Now, I
and
did hear a breakdown from one of the girls on like these cam sites, and I'm assuming OnlyFans is close to the same. Like they're
mm-hmm.
getting robbed.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
hear that.
like
Yeah,
these sites, from what I know, the cam sites are taking like 50% of what guys give.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Like half the money they don't even see,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like with OnlyFans, I can only assume it's somewhere close to that where they're just getting of the $10, they're probably only seeing like six of it or five of it.